Hello, welcome back. In this video, so we have been doing a lot of work and taking some time out making a video, guys. Sorry, I've been so busy with so many other things, and we have some good news. In the things I was doing, I was working on some amazing stuff, and I think I will show you maybe I don't want to spoil it, but I will show you at some point. I will show you what I've been working on, 2 projects, and they are for the purposes of improving on how we communicate. One is a documentation website that we are going to be using to document all our projects, all our stuff we work on YouTube, on courses and everything. It's amazing. So another one is going to be a marketplace for components and the things we use in different projects. Yeah, the others are going to be paid because we're going to have templates, and then another one we are going to have just the components, the normal components. Others, most of them are going to be free. Others are going to be paid depending on how important or how big that component or that project is, but I'm just going to review at some point. I will show you, and then this is going to be the last episode of the e-commerce. I might make another video on how to download the source code and handle everything. Okay, I might just give you and see how you can just handle it when you get the source code on the first time. So in this episode, you're going to try to complete whatever is remaining, and whatever would remain would come in other versions, because this project is going to continue developing because it is for a client. So definitely we will be adding in more parts, more things as we add on. When I make major changes, like in something, or I upgrade in something, I will always also upgrade you, or you always get the source code from the site. Okay, so let's jump in and try to see. We have worked on really most important parts of the site. We have authentication working properly, we have the search working properly, we have the category page, we have the product page, we have the market page. So on this home page right now, what is still remaining, and I don't like, I think it is this Limi community, like this the blog section. I really don't feel this blog section. So what you're just going to do is, I'm just going to create an improvement to this, and then another thing, I'm just going to remove this part. So let me first find that part and I remove it. So I'm just going to go, first of all, close everything. Let me close everything, and let's start from so just go simply on the home page. Should be in the app, front, and then like on page. So you can see we have trainings, and then we have also these links here. So I'm just going to remove that. Okay, so now we just need to go to this community training. So we are going to work on the blogs. Okay, just going to work on the look of these blogs. Don't like them moving like this. We might just going to make them somehow static. We might just simply make them somehow static, and they are not just like really moving. Okay, yeah. So, and this section might just like be different from these other cards. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is, I have these the blog list, so which we're just going to modify this this section here. So let me just go and have the blog list. So I have here a blog list which is very easy, and one of the things why I made the documentation is really to avoid using Notion just have a nice one I'm working on. You're going to see it when it's done, but for now, let's be using the Notion. So I'm just going to come here in this return. I will just remove these ones, and I'm just going to put this one. Okay. Let's just see where we have this. Okay. Section. Okay. We have 3 problems. What are those problems? I can select here. Okay, so we have this image. Okay, where we have the images, just like this. Just going to, of course, work on those cards to look exactly the way we want. So let's just primarily preview on how this one looks like on the UI. Okay, so this section, like, we have really modified it. We don't want it to look like this. I just want it to be somehow different. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so we'll have all these blogs displaying here. Maybe we just have a limit of 3, and maybe we can also have like a blog page, like where we have all the blogs, but this one would be just like only putting 3. When someone says maybe detail or what, we could just like take to them to the that page. But for now, let's just limit these ones, and we can limit them to 6. We limit them to 6 stuff. Now the first thing I'm just going to work on, let me first work on, just go to this. Okay, so I'm just going to get a blog card, and if we had worked on a blog card, let me just see the imports here. So just really just working on this training carousel. I'm just going to make a blog card. Okay, so you can see we have this grid, and basically this, there is a lot of padding. Why? Let me see the padding, but I think that padding is okay. We're just going to make it dark mode and those things. Right now, just first make it work, fetch all the blog and get the related content. So I'm just going to do is create a blog card. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 cards. So I just get only 1 card, just like this, cut it. I'm just going to go in the front end and create a new thing, call it blog card.jsx, and also this will be the last project we are working on JavaScript. All other projects will be in TypeScript. So that's the also the good news. Okay, so now I'm just going to have this one. So let me just bring in this blog card into this trainings. So remove these ones and let's map through the trainings. So we have trainings dot map. Okay, so we have a single training. Okay, just like this. Okay, so I'm just going to say return return this, the blog card. Okay, and we can just send there this training. So here just going to have a key I, and then also the training the tree, and then the training itself. Okay, just like that. So we map them, and then we just go to this blog card. Now let's accept the trainings. Okay, so we have the image. So let's look at this data. I'm just going for a second. I'm just going to duplicate this, and let's go to API trainings. API trainings. Just want to look at a data for a single training so that we know the data we have. So we have the title. So as you can see on the card here, we have very many blogs. So we have this, we can just say we have this card which has this. Do we have the category here? Yeah, we have the category ID, so definitely we can show also this category. Okay, we can also show the category. I will just simply we have the image URL, the title, so the first thing, and then the created date. So the first thing I can just get from this, we can just have this here, this image here, and it's going to be training.image URL. It's going to be training.image URL. Okay, just like that. The alt tag is going to be training.title. Okay, and then here we have the category. We're just going to see how that. Then here we have the date, so you can easily get the date here. Const normal date, const normal date is equal to convert. So we have this function. We have the ISO to normal date. We pass in training dot created at. Okay, this one gives us the date that blog was created, and just pass the normal date here. Normal date. Okay, then this is the title, so just get the title here. Okay, so this is training the title, and then let's change this link to link, next link, and of course there is this continue reading, which is also a link. Okay, and we're just going to work on that link in a second. Now this is an arrow, which we're just going to look at that arrow in a second. Let's look at it. It is this arrow. Let's go to Lucid. Lucid, just like that. And let's get arrows, and we see. So we have a lot of arrows. So there is this arrow here, move right. So this one is called move right. So I'm just going to remove this and replace it with move right. So down here, just going to put move right, and let's give this class just like that, and let's remove this one. Okay, so let's continue reading. If we just go here, okay, so we have already the images. I think we are going to give them a fixed height. Okay, and then these ones, the titles, let's clamp them to maybe how many are they on the, yeah, 3. Okay, so I'm just going to clamp this heading, this title. So I would claim this from, can see they just made it a p tag, which I just simply want to make it h2. Sorry. And then in this class name, let me just put line clamp. I think they call it line clamp. Maybe we just clamp it to have only 2 lines. The dates, I think they are okay. Yeah, so you have clamped it to 2. Okay, now let's work on the height of the image. I'm just going to go to this image. Now right now is having width is full, height full. So the height, we can specify the height. Maybe height, we say let's say 36. That is how much? 144 pixels. Let's first look at that. So that we have the uniform height, the cards will be uniform. Okay, let's give it more height. Maybe I'm thinking of something like 50 something. Let's try 56. Okay, 56. Does it look big? Let's try 52. Let's see. Maybe let's try 48. 48. Yep, so let's see what 48 has to offer. So now, as you can see, we have so many blogs. We can reduce these to 6, and then we have like the detailed page where we have all the blogs. Still, we can use the same component. Okay, I'm just going to create here like the blogs. So just quickly, I will create blogs page. Let's first finish this one anyways. Okay, so there, that height is really okay. I'm happy with that height of the image, and everything looks cool. The date is there. So now we can click and go on the detailed page. But before we go to the detailed page, I just want to first make this one only 6 items. So there are many ways we can do this. We could just go to, of course, here, and we could just splice them. So we say dot slice. Is it slice or splice? Let me remember. I don't know if it is slice or splice. Okay, so let's just say 0 to 3. Let's just like try to put only 3. I just want to put only the first 3, and then we'll put here the another button whereby we can just go and explore more. Okay, yep, so you can see we have only first 3. Okay, you can just first 3, and then either we can just put like down here button, it says read more. Okay, or we could put here in another button which is like in opposite with this one. Let's see which one is more easier. So in this, where we have this title here and this one, let me see. Okay, I'm just going to have a div. Okay, this one, I'm just going to put it in a flex. Okay, Okay, so we'll have the h2, and so also have a link just like that. Okay, I'll just have a link. We have all the link imported. Yep. So I'll just have a link saying see all. Okay, see all. So just say class name, and don't forget the href. And this one will just take us to all blogs, to /blogs. Okay, and then here just going to have the class name of how see all should look like. This one is going to have item center and justify between. Let's look at that. So we should have at least a button here somewhere, like the link taking us to the blog page. Okay, and basically on the blog page I'm just going to put exact this one, like all blogs. You could have like the featured blogs, blah blah, and so many other things, but so I'm just going to have why is this not showing up? Is it just like in white or what, something? Let me just simply give it some class name. So just say bg slate 800. Padding y is going to be 3, and the px is going to be maybe 5. Let me just say rounded, just like that. I don't know why it is not showing up. Let me just see, read latest collection. Then after we have this link, then we have this. Okay. Oh, it is here. Maybe it's having max with it. And they're having max with it somewhere. Okay, so this block, let me see. Yeah, so this block is having a max width, so I'm just going to leave remove this. Basically I'm just going to remove this max width. Okay, just md mx0. Let me just first remove this, the max width. So just want it to occupy the same. Okay, yeah, so just like that. Okay, we have it that way. Now the another thing just going to work on is this padding y. I just leave it to 16, and then I'm just going to have this, the bg in dark. Let's see, just going to have bg slate maybe 800, or even 600, maybe 700. Okay, and I'm just going to add a bit of rounded, maybe md for the whole entire section. Okay, so this is how the section looks like right now. Okay, we can also give it somehow a shadow. I'll give it a shadow, maybe log, and decide making this everything. So in the dark, can we have text slate 100. Okay, then even this this one, let's just say here in the dark, just a text, maybe gray 200. Okay, then see all, where is see all? So these latest trainings, and then I'm just going to have this see all, and then could even add the arrow, add the move right. Give this one a class name. Of Rex link 0 mx2, and you could just make this one flex. Item center, and we could also change the BG in the dark. I don't know if it is really necessary. Okay, so for the trainings, so they just go to the training card. So for the card, let's go to the card. I feel like it has no background, so just give it first of all shadow, maybe LG. Okay, if that one will help somehow. It doesn't. What we can just do is changing the texts. Maybe let me remove the shadow. So where we have these ones are just going to remain, but then the date, let's start with the date. So this in dark, let them have text slate 200, and then the title, let's have it at what is the color? So here we just need to make it somehow white. So I'm just going to go to this, and I say that's dark, to have text slate also maybe 200, and then we have this continue reading. Okay, we have this continue reading. Okay, so could just say dark, or you could just even lie maybe 200. Then we have that border down. What is the border? Gray. So in the dark, border lime 200, the way this one looks like. Okay, yeah, so we have this continue reading there. So these ones are coming straight from the staff. Now one more thing we just need to emphasize is that when someone clicks on this or any continue reading, they go to the blog detailed page. So but before that, I'm just going to create the see all, which is all blogs, so which should be very easy. Okay, I'm just going to go on that and link to this page here, community trainings. So first of all, I'm just going to go to under front end here, and let's create another page called blogs. Create a new folder called blogs. Inside the blogs, we can just go ahead here and put page page.jsx rfc, and then inside here I'm just going to simply put this community trainings, as simple as that. Okay, and then this time, okay, this time we could just make it in such a way that let me see, where is community trainings? So the problem we have, if we just do this, it is going to still be having this limitation here. Okay, so where are we calling these community trainings? So we could fetch this on the home page, and then these ones just come as, so I'm just going to say trainings. Okay, so these trainings just come in from the home page. So I'm just going to go back to the page and pass here trainings in a second. So where we have the categories, we can just go ahead and have the trainings, get these trainings, and let's pass them down to here, just like this. Okay, trainings is equal training, so just can have these trainings is equal trainings. So when they go in here, instead of just like doing this slice, okay, I'm just going to do the slice from the other side. So I'm just going to remove this dot slice, go to this page where we are putting in these trainings. Okay, we can just say trimmed. Okay, I'm just going to say constant trimmed trainings. No, actually this, we don't need to do that. This affects the original array, so we can just put it here, just like that, dot slice. Okay, we also put that. Let's go ahead and see if this everything still works the way we want. Let's just wait for a second. Yep, so they are back to 3. So I'm just going to come to this side, call this component exactly the way it is here. So in the blogs page, just simply call this, just like that, and let's go ahead and put here const trainings. We could also just grab this from here, just like that, trainings, just pass these trainings here, as simple as that. Make this page async, and then yeah, and then this slide, so now we remove it since we want all the blogs. So now on the blog page, if I just go here and I say see all trainings, we should just go to the blog page. Get data is not defined, that is true. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so we have a page which has all the blogs. If you want just all the blogs, and we have them here. Okay, you could just add like enhance it with functionalities like search, where someone can search the latest blog. You can also filter them by categories. You can go ahead and add all those like the filters. Maybe in the latest in the updated version I'll do that, but right now and you could just even change this title here. Okay, we can just say here, let me just change that. So just going to give it another thing called title, and here we can just say maybe this heading which says read all our trainings. Okay, and now for the other one, I'm just going to give it featured trainings. So on the home page, we're just going to have these ones as featured trainings. Featured trainings. Okay, so just go to this, accept the title, and let's bring this title here. Okay, so just making it so much dynamic. Okay, so the blog page done like that. Now one thing we still have is this category thing here. Would want to pull off the category. Now what I don't know is if I just do what is training dot, if I just go down here to community trainings, and then this, I just go to the blog card, which is this one. I want to say const category. Okay, and I just want to see what is training dot category. If for some reason we can get this data, I don't think we can get it. Let's say console.log category. I don't know if you can just do like you go and you include the category from undefined. Okay, so the easiest way we could do this, let me just try one thing from the API. Just go here to the categories, no, in trainings. So trainings route. So where we have the get this training here, I don't know if you can just say include that one. Just like I'm trying, I'm not sure, guys. So just say, for instance, category, and we just say true. Okay, I'm not even sure if that is the right syntax, but to confirm this, let's go here and refresh. Go back on top. Let's see. It doesn't change anything. Okay. It doesn't change anything. Okay, so this is not working. So the only way we have is to actually get the category here in the card, in this blog card. Where is the blog card? Here. You're just going to get the category. So you can first get the ID. So category ID is ecotraining.category ID. Okay, so using that, we can just do a fetch const category is equal to await. Could you just say get data, and then we pass in something like categories at a specific, maybe make this one async. So let's first go and see the categories for a second. API categories. So we have the ID. Okay, so you can just pass this and we get a single category. Okay, that's great. So I'm just going to go here and in the blog card and say /$ category ID. Okay, and the only thing we just want from this for now is actually the title. Just extract the title from the category. Now since we have the title, let me see, let's just name it here. Category title, category title. Okay, is going to be category title, just like that. And let me just go here on this, and I'm just going to say category title. I'm not sure if this works. Okay, so we have the categories. Okay, we have the categories showing up, which is nice. Okay, so now let's go on the detailed page. Just going to go to the detailed page. So where we have these front end blogs, I'm just going to put a new folder which is Slack. And inside it, I'm just going to have a new file, page.jsx. And guys, it is seriously raining this side. I don't know if I'm somehow hard. So this is going to be the detailed blog page. So let me first put in some stuff here. So on this, we have this blog detail. Just copy this. I'm just going to say return. Okay, so we have where we have issues, more especially where we have the images. I'm just going to increase on my voice to make sure that you guys can hear it is somehow raining this side. Okay, so I'm just working on the detailed page. So let's first go and link it in the blog card. So just in the blog card where we have these ones. Now when you check on the trainings, we have the Slack. Okay, so just going to use that. So here just going to say link to, so just link to the blogs, and then slash blogs to that blog, which is training.slack. Let me copy this. Okay, let me just remove this title. Anyways, I'm just going to have this, copy this link, take it to read where we have this, continue reading. Okay, so let me just scroll down and let's go to like continue reading on this title. Let's click on 1. Okay, so we have this blog. I just want to have a sidebar, just a second. Just want the first one, not this one. I just have to have the sidebar with other blogs, I guess. So let me just go to the detailed page here. I'm just going to first remove this. Okay, wherever we have these images, and I'm just going to optimize the images in a second. We're not going to use these normal images. Now let me first remove these errors. Okay, let's look at how this one looks like. Okay, yeah, this is great. So I wanted to have the sidebar with some other recent blogs. Then in between here, we are just going to start with the image. So it's where we are going to put this other part, this other part here. Okay, just go and try to fit in this part inside this. So these recent blogs, I'm just going to remove that part, by the way. So I think I can start by removing recent blogs first. So I'm just going to copy this, go in components, create a new component, call it recent blogs, recent blogs, or yes, maybe recent trainings .jsx. Okay, RFC, and let's return this. Okay, great. So just get these recent trainings, go back to this page slug, and let's remove this, and let's put recent trainings just to somehow manage this page. And then in this is where we have the rest of the thing. If I just put a key rorem, and I think this is where we have the remaining space in this. Yeah, so this one here. Okay, so to manage this, So first we're just going to go and bring in this the detailed 2. Okay, let me first copy this, and inside here you can just make this one also a component. Just inside here, and just going to paste this. Now we could change it from being a section. First remove this error here. Somewhere else here. Okay. So what we have just simply pasted in such from here where we have this section. Now the first thing I'm just going to do is remove these paddings and everything. Okay, and then also this max width, they have already catered for that. So remove also this, sorry, this here. Okay, so let's try to see how this looks like, and we may just not need this other thing. Cut this. Now all this section here, let's remove this. Okay, and then they still have this max width. Remove this. Let's see how it looks like. Yep, so you can now, it is actually now fitting in. Just going to work on this, maybe reducing on this. I'm feeling like it is taking 50%. Let's first see this grid how it is. So the grid has cores 7. This one maybe on LG, let's give it maybe 9. Okay, let's give it 9, and then the gap. Okay, just leave the gap. But this one just try 9, and then the recent trainings, let's give this one. Is it saying it has code 3? It should be working. What? Instead of worsened it. Let's go back and see. Let me first put back the core 7. So what is this? Let me first check. Oh, so this is the entire thing. Okay, so the only thing we just need to monitor is this LG core span 4, then takes 3. Okay, so it just takes, say, this one should take 5, and then this one should take 2. Okay, let's now look at how it looks like. Yeah. So this is much better. This has more space now, so now has less space. Now I'm just going to first of all work on this. On these recent posts, maybe first of all, let's reduce the on the recent trainings. Let's just go ahead. So we'll map through this. Let's first get the data itself, and then will be much better. So let me first get the data. So just going to fetch by the slug. Okay, just going to fetch by slug. So if I get this slug in here, just going to get the params. From the params we have the slug. Okay, so now we can fetch using that slug. I'm not sure if we have this trainings by slug. Let me just go to the API trainings. Now we need to create that. Okay, right now they have this. So inside these trainings, in the API, I'm just going to put a new folder. I'm just going to say training. Just a thing like that. Then inside it, I can just now put this slug, and then inside it we can just simply put what is in this ID. Copy this and let's paste it inside this. Okay, the only thing here just changes to slug. Even here it's slug. As simple as that. So yeah, so just getting this can remove other things just like this. So just simply want a single training like this. Okay, I hope it has some data. So just go and call this training slug. So it is trainings training. So inside this page, I'm just going to say const training, like one single training is equal to await get data, and we can just take pass in a dynamic go to trainings, then inside the training, then we can pass in $slug. So there we should get async. We should get a single training, and if it is there, then we need the date. So we can first work on the normal date. Const normal date is equal to convert, and then simply convert it to passing training dot date, training dot created at, and we can just get this normal date right away here. Okay, and then we have the title. So we just come here and put the title, training the title, and this one you can just a little bit reduce it. We can remove this. We leave it at 4. I feel like it is too big. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so the date is here. Then we have this thumbnail. This would be like these are trainings. Yeah, the image URL. So here I'm just going to say source here. We're just going to have training the image URL, and then here just going to have training dot title, Then we have what do we have? So you have the description. Okay, so here I'm just going to put the description. Is training dot description. Now we have the actual blog. Okay, starting from there. We have the actual blog, but now we need it to occupy this whole entire we need it to occupy the entire space. And what is this? This other part, we just need it to be this blog article what. Let me first minimize this. Yeah, so this, remove this log thing. I don't know if we need this, but just going to remove all these classes and all the content inside. This is now where the entire article goes. So inside here, remove this, remove this. This. Okay. Yep. So the article is going to go here, the actual, maybe just go actual blog, the actual blog. Okay. And after these recent trainings, we're just going to put something else. But for now, let's just get the actual article. Now the actual article, if you remember, it is in this. It is in the content, yeah, where we have this content here. And that one I'm just going to use, I think it is going to be React HTML. I am not sure. Is that called React HTML? Pass or something. Okay. It must be this React HTML pass or something. This one. Let's first go and see. Really? Is it this one? There is another one, I guess. They just go to the second one. There is no other but yeah, I think it's this one. HTML to React parser. This one is very easy to use, so I'm just going to install this. Let's first see that, and this one has 5,000, 50,000 something. Let me see this one, the popularity. This one is more popular, so just install this. I'm just going to install that. Down here, let's open a new tab and let's go ahead and install this. Okay, so this one is just convert our HTML, is going to render the HTML. If you just look here, if you have your HTML as this, you can pass it and it will work. Okay, so I'm just going to simply import this on the top. It hasn't finished installing yet. Okay. Meanwhile, let's do other things. I'm just going to first import it on top here, and we might have a problem. Okay, I don't know if you can use that in in the server side. Most of these ones, they work on the client side. Okay, so just going to create a stuff for it in a second. So instead of having it just there, I'm just going to create here in the components, create a new file called the training, maybe content training can I call it training content or training HTML .jsx RFC. Okay, so I'm just going to come here, copy this, and meanwhile I'm just going to cut it, and I just say training HTML, just like that. So go to training HTML, let's return this. Okay, let's return that. So first of all, I'm just going to import this on top here, and then copy this pass, just that line. Okay, and let's pass it inside here. We see if everything is okay, and I think it must have been JavaScript, just like that. Okay, so let's just go and see if this works. Okay, so we have this. Go back here. Let's try to see if it has updated. Where is this coming from? Explore principles or whatever. Oh, that was the description. Okay, let me just go back to the slug here. Are we having limitations here now? What is this grid? So they just go and put this cut, and oh, it is in this div. So just remove everything in this div and simply just put this on like this. And we don't want it to be font board, maybe font, kind of font board. And then even this text Excel, no. So let's see now. Okay, so the only thing just going to give it is maybe the padding Y. So just say here padding Y, maybe 8. Just move it a little bit down. Okay. Now we have this training HTML. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I think it is here. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to. We could wrap it in while we have this text gray 900. And we see if it also becomes black. Yep. And let's go ahead and for it give it some padding also Y. So you could even put an HR. Okay, then we say padding y also 8, and then let's put it here, and here you're just going to pass in the content. So I'm just going to say content is equal to training.content let's receive the content in this here. Okay, and then here I'm just going to say pass, and then I'm just going to put this, and I say dollar content. Okay, so now we should pass in the actual content. Yeah, so you can hear the content is there, and then this HR might to give it some things. For instance, margin top of maybe 6 or something. So another thing I just want to do is this brush thing. It seems as like a fixed height. Let me first look for if we have any height. So this is why we have height here. Can we remove this? Okay, so you just get these recent trainings, we pass them there. So to get the recent trainings, it's simply just like filter out. So get all trainings const or trainings. Okay, so you can just get all the trainings, and it's going to be await get data of just simply trainings, just like that. So this one returns all the trainings, then we simply filter out this training. Okay, so we can either use a slug, since we have already, we could just use a slug or the ID. I think ID is really specific, so you could just come here and you say const training ID. So training ID is equal to training. So you get this training dot ID. So just get this the training ID for this one. So you could just come here after getting this, we say const recent trainings. Okay, recent trainings is going to be equal to all trainings dot filter. So just going to use a filter. Okay, so we want filter a training. Okay, and filter training and return back all trainings. Okay, dot ID is not equal to training ID. So this one should return all other trainings except this one. Okay, so with this we can just pass this recent trainings to recent trainings, just like that, and we just simply come here, we accept recent trainings, and of course this title remains. Now here just going to simply map. Okay, so I'm just going to first get them. Are they all contained in that? Oh, so there is this, that. So this is the actual one is 1 2 3, 4. So there are 4. So we just remove all of them and remain with only 1. Okay, just remove like this. And so I'm just going to map through recent trainings dot map. So I have a training, okay, just like that. So I'm just going to return and just simply return this one training, and let's just replace images. Start with the image. So this one is going to turn into training dot image URL. So we have this is going to be training dot title, and then this the date. Let's convert the date here. So const normal date is equal to convert. Okay, just have that, and just going to say training dot created at, and let's first of course put here key to I, as simple as that. So this normal date, sorry, let's get this normal date, and yes, let's put this normal date here, and then we have this title. Okay, so this is training dot title, and since it is having a link, let's use the actual link. Sorry, just this. You just put the Next.js link. Now you know very well that this one is going to take the detailed blog, so you can just say this is going to take us to blog. It's take us to blog or blogs, and then here we have of course the Slack, which is training dot Slack. Okay, and that's it. The only thing we just need to, I think, is this text SM. Okay, maybe even this order having text SM. Then this one we can also just reduce it a little bit. Okay, maybe we say 16. I know 16 is, yeah, 16 can be okay. So let's see how this changes with recent trainings. Yep, so you can see we have the changes. Only that I don't like the way they are looking like. So what you're just going to do is simply what are you going to do? We have this all this space. We are wasting this side. I know what space is coming from the layout. That is too much space from the layout, but if we are to work with that, we could think of another design. This could go on top and this one goes down. Are they in flex? Yeah. To just say flex core. Okay. Like those two, they be in flex. core instead, and I'm not sure if we really require the date. Let me just first a second. This one, let's give it with its full. Okay, then we have this normal date, which let me first comment it. Okay, so we have something like this now. Okay, and let's also limit this to 2 lines. This title here, I'm just going to turn this into a class name. I'm just going to say line clamp 2. So just also reduce it to 2 lines. Okay, yeah, so the recent blogs, let them have that design. Okay, they have this design now, which is really nice. Now we make sure that this one which says updated harnessing blah blah is not in these ones, and I think that is true, it is not there. Okay, so now one more thing that we just need to do here, actually the page is done. What we just needed to do here is putting down the categories. So we sort of have already the category page. If I just go to category page, can I just like duplicate this for a second and simply go back to localhost 3000. I just need to see in a bit to the category page how it looks like. Just click on any of these categories, maybe poetry updated. And I think basically what we can just do is getting one of the cards. Yeah, that one just not going to overthink. We're just going to get, we might not just show like this. Actually, we might just show like this. All the products. Oh. Actually, what we'll do is get this. Let me just go back to the home page and I show you. So inside the home page, this one, this is where we have this, where we are mapping to the categories, and then we pass the category to the category list. Okay, so just copy this the way we have it, padding Y, copy this, and inside the page slug this one. So after the recent, this is where the page stops here. So I would come here inside and paste this. First remove this here, and the only thing you just need to pass in is the category, and for the marketing is not a marketing page. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass in the category. So we already have the training and the category ID, so you can just go ahead and get the entire category. So const category is equal to await get data, and you're just going to pass in the category. So you're just going to say go to categories, and here you're just going to pass in dollar. Just going to be training dot category ID. Let's make sure that it is that. It is called category ID. And then down here, after getting this category, we're just going to pass in that category here. And then let's import this. Okay, so now we should have the products related to that. We should have the products down. Okay, we should have these. When you scroll down, yeah, so we have something like this. Okay, we have something like this. So now what I just wanted is to separate it from the blog. So I'm just going to put this out. And if I do this, they are going to complain. Let's not react. So I'm just going to put these fragments, and then inside these fragments, let's put this like that. So these ones are out. You just wait a second and see. Yep, so we have these the category right now. This one is under fruits. I'm not sure if that is true. Okay, I'm not sure if that is true. We could also pass in this category somewhere, okay, to know the category we are on, but you can see it is fruits. We can check with others. I'm just going to duplicate this. So if we want to go back to the home page and check with some other blog, okay, just want to check with some other blog of what is happening. Let's check with one more blog down here. So this one is for meat. So we had this one for fresh fruits, as you can see, food supplements. So just continue, read this one, or food supplements. Okay. Was it having? Yeah, you can see the updated one now is here. Okay. And then here we have the beekeeping, and of course some content there. And down here you can see we have food supplements. Okay, well, this is well done. And of course these products, you can add them to cart and do the whole thing because they are already connected. Or if you just clicked on this one item, you would go to the third page of that item. Okay, great. So we have this is now clean. Maybe one thing that it is not in dark mode. So first thing, I'm just going to go here, try to see if we can just like try to do this. So first of all, I'm just going to make it a bit rounded. Okay, then another thing is of course we are going to the detailed page. Okay, so just make it a little bit rounded, and what do I want to do is putting it in the dark mode. So you say in the dark, we want to say bg slate, maybe let's say 500, somehow not so dark. Maybe you can just like darken it a little bit. Yep, something like that. Maybe a little bit more dark, I don't know. Just try the user 700. Okay, so in the light mode, it goes back to that. think in the dark mode is okay. In the light mode, I think it is okay. Everything is okay. So let's just put dark mode. So dark mode, we just put this recent trainings. The word recent trainings, I think it is in the recent trainings here. So this one in the dark. Yes, it takes like 200 or maybe 300. Okay. Otherwise, other things are okay. They just leave them the way it is, except this one has to change. Yep. So you can say recent trainings. Okay. Or we could just say just say them recent trainings. Now the date, we just left it out. It actually feels like we don't need the date. They just leave it like that. We could even change it to related trainings. Just change this one to related. Okay, related trainings. And the good thing from here, you can just go like integrating livestock. Let's go to that. Yeah, so you can see integrating livestock here, and then these other ones, they go there. Okay, I just want to see the one that has first wait. There is one which has like more content. I just want to look at that, how that content looks like. So there is this one. Let me look for its title. So this one is called maximizing yield. Let's look for that. Maximizing yield. Yeah, it is here. So just click on that, and I want to see its content. This one has like more content down there. Yeah, so you can see the, where is the other content? Really, like, is that the only content? You might be having some problem. Oh, it is, oh, this is an image actually. Oh, Jesus. Is that how it saves? Oh, this is an image, but it actually shows really cool. Like, it's showing very well. Okay. That is great. So the blog side, we are good. Okay, the blog side, we are good. Now let's just work on some other pages. So I'm just going to go to the home page, and we are sure that on the home page we are really done. We have worked on the blog section. It looks professional, it looks nice, and I love it. You can go to all blogs and do see them, and you go to blog. They have the categories rendering very well. Everything is cool. So just go to see the second thing someone can go on. Either it is a market page. Category page is well done. We have everything working very well on the category page. Also, we worked on the market page. Okay, if I'm to remember very well, we worked on the market page also the other time, and it was well done. I think for the market page, we really don't need to. Though the speed of this, how they are rotating, it is really weird. So let's see what we did to this one. To move slowly, I'll just put the same thing there. So let me just go scroll to page. I will first go to where we have this category list. So inside the category list, we have some carousels, I guess. We have this category carousel, and in this category carousel, let's see if we did some customizations, more especially on this time. So you have transitional duration and all others. swipeable true. So I think there is this autoplay speed 5,000 and duration 1,000. Okay, just look for the markets. So autoplay speed, we said this one is 5,000. Transaction duration is 1,000. Yeah, so you just like see the, so you can see we are on this market and it has whatever is within that market, it is showing very well. So the market page is well done. Though I want to capitalize this. What is this? That is, we are having the breadcrumb here. Can we just go here and we capitalize this? What do we give them? Let me remember. I think it is capitalize. Was it capitalize or something? Yeah, I think it is capitalize. Like to make sure like these are capitalized. Yeah, just like that. So the market page is well done, very clean in the light mode, doing great. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. So you can see like most of our things are looking slate. I love how this looks like right now. So the only part that is remaining is the detailed page. Okay, is the detailed page of the product. So we have add to cart working. Okay, we have add to cart working. The price is coming where, though I'm not sure about the stock. What is in the products? When you just say API products, what does this have? Is this the quantity? Yeah, I think the quantity is it. No, we have the product stock somewhere. There is product stock here. Okay, we have the product stock and then we have the quantity. Okay, they're just going to say stock on this product detailed page, so it must be under products. We're done with blogs. Just go to products here on the page. So where we have the stock, what should we have here? We have product with quantity. I think we should just put product dot, there is this product stock, just like that. Okay, so what other things can we put on this page? Really, we have the stock, we have the price before and the crossed one. Are they the actual one? Like, are they coming from database? Those ones, the prices. Let me see. Image, product title, we have the share. Where are these things? Oh, we have sale price and product price. I think it's okay. Which is supposed to be big. We have the the sale price and the product price, the actual price maybe. Yeah, so you can see stock 25. Okay, so one thing that we can work on is, I don't know this share, if there is anything to do is like sharing, React share something, npm. I'm not so sure if maybe just React social share, something like that. Okay. mm, I have no idea if we can find anything that we can add that can share like all in one. There is this one. Really, do they all work? This one is like has like share for all these ones. Jesus. So how do you use this? Import these icons. So email share button, hashtag. They have everything here. Share accounts. Just want to see how this works. The share URL. So all share account components take in one man to prep URL, which is the URL you are sharing. The URL you are sharing. Like, okay, so like it is taken care of. Just put the on this. And how many weekly downloads is this? Okay, 163. Let's check on others. This is the same thing. Yeah. And then this. Let's see this. React share, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, corporate clipboard. Okay. Okay. Base URL and blah blah. How does it look like? Get LinkedIn URL, blah blah, Twitter, WhatsApp. I don't know, this one has how many UK downloads? Oh. Is this like a package or something? Let me see. This one looks like, I'm not so sure. Then there is this one. No, this one is really not. What? So like this one takes in all just like that? This is like really unbelievable. No way. Like you just simply specify Facebook and Twitter just like that. So it takes in like the content to be shared, array of buttons named in lowercase. And then so buttons clicked, callback function to receive data every time any social button is clicked. And then style, allow inline custom CSS, title, it is, I don't know this. It was npm react share social. That's really not a good start. I want these ones which have like demos. So just like that, everything is customizable. Okay, so that's okay. This one, I think this one is the one we show. The other one, the React share social, Reddit, Instagram. Let's see here it has for Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, LinkedIn, Reddit, in paper, blah blah. So after installing it, usage, share social, and you also put in, this is the one we're just talking about, and just simply put in just like that. This is the one which I just try it also, I guess. So far we have these two, this and this one. This one, you simply, oh, is it this one, React share social? It is this one. Then there is this one. Do they have a demo, these ones? They seem like to have more stuff. Deployed demo. They even give you the count? Oh, okay. But I feel this one, its demo is much better. Let's first try this one, guys. I'm just going to try this React social thing and we see how it works. Give it a try, who knows. If it doesn't work, we shall just remove it. So I'm just going to try this. And the first thing we just need to design is this button here. So this button here, I just want it to open a pop-up. Okay, I just want it to open a pop-up like this one, the way this one makes opens the pop-up. I think we should just copy this one. Where is this coming from? Let me first look for that pop-up. It is in the header. Can I just go to the header? Front end, so components, front, and let me just go to the navbar, and the navbar we have this search form, user avatar, and then we have this help model. So you just go to this help model. Okay, so simply just like something like this. I'm just going to copy this the way it is, just like this, and I'm just going to take it to, I'm just going to take it to this. We have these products. Now we created this, a share button somewhere. Where is the share button? It is here. So we have this button with this share. So just going to create for it its own stuff. Product share. I'm just going to come here and I create product share bar. So front end product share button, product share button dot JSX. Okay, RFC. Okay, and just simply just paste in this whole thing from this component. Let's first rename it. This is button product share button, product share button. Use state open model, that's okay. So when you click open the model, so now here we just have to put in the things from here. Put this instead. I'm just going to use here and I say this is going to be product share button. Okay, let's first change this icon to this one. Okay, we don't need this span. Okay, another thing here, do we need this? We don't need any styling of this button. Okay, now the model, there is a model header and everything. So what we just want to do is remove the header. Is it the one which is having the cross? Not sure. So the whole thing is in this body. Okay, everything is in this body. So in this body is where you're going to put the other stuff, the social stuff. Okay, so first of all, let me install the package. We're just giving a try to this one. They have a nice demo. I'm just going to simply come and install this here. And the first one we saw which one? This one. Sonic is so much used, but you import the buttons for yourself, and then like share button props. They take in the URL option props before on click. Window height, image share button. I think we should just also install this. I'm feeling like I'm just going to put on we just compare, guys. I'm not sure which one is much better. So let's first wait for this one to finish up. Also put this one React share. Okay, so let's try to see how these ones work. So this React share, it actually looks pretty cool. Okay, it also looks nice, but just try this one. We first installed this one. So the only thing why I liked it, just like the implementation, you only need this. Let's see. So here I'm just going to open this. Okay, import that, and then just put in your component just this. So let's see. Inside this model body, let's try this. Return this share code. What are you talking about? Let me just put this now. Say the body share, so just like that. URL share. So you just only need to pass in this only Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and LinkedIn. As simple as that. It is also unbelievable. Let's go and see if there is anything we need to do. We need to make this one a use client, of which I think it is already. Right? Yeah. So just wait and see. Why is it taking long? It is weird. So now is loading. Make sure that we have internet. Internet is there. Refresh. It is going on. Share to is not defined. Just this one. From Lucid. I wonder why it is taking that long. Okay. Is that because of that React share thing? I'm not sure, but the button is here. Let's click it. Wow. Okay, so we have 3 buttons. We have this and this, and the URL share. The good thing, they give you this one. You see, they give you the copy. I like that. I like that. Someone just simply want to copy this, and then I want to pass in these other ones, and then let's give it like a nice one. I think we're just going to go with that. Not going to put another one. I like the way it looks like. The simplicity. So this one, let's give it, say that okay, you can say can just say share this product with others. Maybe share this product with others. Okay, now I'm just going to, the URL to pass in here is, we can just pass it in as a component here. So just say this URL share, just like that. Copy this, and let's simply pass in it here, just like that. Okay, now the things we want, I'm just going to look at the list and I choose the ones I want. For now, let's go and pass in from the products here. Let's pass in this URL share. Now we have to construct the URL. Okay, we have to construct the URL. So let me just come here and say const URL share. Okay, so we need to access the base URL. So you can just say const base URL. We're just going to get it from process dot env then dot okay, so that when we host it, we don't have problems. So here is going to be dot can just do this. We have next public base URL, as simple as that. So this is the base URL. So the URL we're going to construct it is going to be the base URL base just like that, base URL. So this one gives us like localhost 3000 and then stroke. Now we could just say products, since these are we are on the products, just like this, copy like that. So just put something like this, products, and then this is the slug. So just going to see here $slug. We have this slug in top here somewhere. So this is the full URL share. I'm just going to bring it down here, pass it in here. Okay, so let's just now check if this is working properly. And also I'm just going to go here and I look at the list. Okay, let me just go ahead and look at the list of the social icons they have. So just going to put WhatsApp. Okay, on this product share button, let's see here in the array. What is the array here? Just going to start Reddit instead. Let me just come here and I start with WhatsApp. So we have this WhatsApp, I think it just in small caps. WhatsApp, just put this one as small. Then we have Facebook, then we have email, Twitter, just leave Twitter. LinkedIn is also okay. I like sharing on LinkedIn. Just put here on email. So the last one, let's try email. Email, just like that. You could even try Telegram, but let's just try only those few. WhatsApp, Facebook. They don't have the YouTube, since YouTube, I think there has videos. Doesn't make sense actually. They have Telegram, Reddit, Line, and blah blah. Others, live, journal, something. Let's just look at now what we have so far. Here, so when someone taps on this share, they haven't updated. That's the email. The link, is the link reaching there? Let me just refresh one more time. So now the another thing that we're supposed to work on is actually the fact that the image has multiple images. I'm just going to close some others. Okay, so what is this error? See the properties of an undefined code. What is that? Let's go ahead and click this. What? Jesus. Undefined button. What is undefined? Is it because of that space? Let's try one more time. Might have just like added like extra comma. I guess that's where the problem was coming from. We just wait and see. Okay, so just click here. What? We still have an undefined. We have WhatsApp. WhatsApp. Is this like supposed to be like that? Everything small caps. Okay, I just try one more time. Yep. So you have the WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and email. And look at this: HTTP localhost 3000 product, and then so the URL is coming correct. You can just go ahead and copy this. So the copying functionality is already included. So just try to test out some things. You never know. So this one is opening LinkedIn. So it's like linkedin.com share article URL. So it is like opening LinkedIn, and let's see, something went wrong. What? It is let's look at Twitter. Is that even like, oh, so it is opening X. Okay, just want to see. Okay, so the link was correctly pasted. I think this is okay. Everything is really cool. With for Twitter is clearly right. Now Facebook, I don't have the stuff, but I want to check also for email. What does it to do with email? Does even email work? WhatsApp. So it opens web WhatsApp, also the same thing. And it is appending send text, and then like so it opens the current, like it opens your WhatsApp. Okay, and then it sends to who? Okay, I think we can also try the other one. I'm just going to, so we still have this React share. Okay, we have already installed it, and also have the same things. For it, how you use it, you have to import these things, all the buttons from them. So like first thing is to import all these, the buttons. So I guess you have seen this one. I'm just going to get this and do this, comment it out. Let's try the other one also, and I'm also going to first also comment this one out, paste this one. So like these are all the stuff. Let's just go and remove others. So email, Facebook, what is Gab share, Insta, Line share, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is okay. So I remove these two, three. Live journal, mail share button. Pinterest. Do we need to leave Pinterest? Maybe Pinterest. Let's leave Pinterest. There is Pocket, Reddit, Telegram, Tumblr, Twitter, Viber, VK, WhatsApp, and then Work. Just also move this Workplace share. Okay, so just leave these ones. We have even Live Journal. Just remove this. Okay, so we have these ones. Now how we use them. So they give us the props. We are going to look at the props later, but for now just want to see the usage. Oh, so you just simply see if you want to render everything else but the count, you can provide a function as a child element taking the share count, blah blah. You can also import the icons. They have the icons. Jesus. Okay, so I want the button. So you just simply copy like this. So you design everything by yourself. They just go and put something like this here. Since we have the URL, I'm just going to say something like this, share URL. Okay, Facebook count, Facebook share count. Do I need Facebook share count? What are they talking about? I just need a share button. Just put the share button, maybe this one. Did I say image here? Just put like two of them and we see what happens. I'm not sure how this one works. Just let's say try those two. Just now trying to use this, the second option we see, like so I'm just going to click on this and we have nothing. What? So are we supposed to use it? And you can see the documentation with this one. Now really we cannot know how to use this. I don't know, man. I'm just going to stick to the first one because what they are showing here, maybe just GitHub. Let's go to GitHub. Just see here, maybe they just have somehow well explained on GitHub. But that's the same thing. Like they have icons. Do you supposed to use any? Man, I'm just going to go with the first one. So I'm just going to put back this, and then I'll just simply remove these ones, and even this import. It has a smaller bundle compared to the other one, but just use this one. At least this one, it is the problem with this one, it ships a lot of stuff. You can see it's 400 something. That's why it is taking time to download, I guess. I don't know if it is worth it. Okay, so at least we are done with the sharing. Now the only problem I have so far is this putting this thing here, this API. If you have any API, you can just set a pass with this API. Otherwise, we suggest like leave it like that. Now another thing I just want to put is wanted to put here like the slider. Okay, want to put like here this slider for this image instead of like putting just like one, because they have multiple images and we need a way of showing all those images here. If someone is uploading and has put like many images, to have a way of putting them here. Okay, yeah, to have a way of putting them there. How are we going to do that? Okay, how are we going to do that to make sure that we have this? So you could just go to swiper. Okay, could just go to swiper. Of course, you can first go to the docs, and then like maybe the docs on getting started, on how to install it. But I'm just going to look for, scroll down to where you have something like Sam's gallery or something. Yeah, so we did something like this. So I'm just going to open this in the sandbox, and meanwhile let me just install Swiper. npm install Swiper, just like this. npm install Swiper. Okay, so as installing, let's take a look. Close these share things. We are done with share. You can just also comment if you have a better tool for sharing. Could just help us and give us that a better tool, how we can do that. Just close this. Okay, so we have this Swiper here. Just want to open the sandbox. I guess this is React, I guess. So let's go to the source app. Okay, so to get this the way it is there, we need to have all this. So the first thing I'm just going to do is creating a new component specifically for this product image. You can see where we have this breadcrumb. So this image, you need to create its own stuff. And if you think about it, is it this one? Yeah. So this whole thing, you're just going to copy it and take it the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. I'm just going to have product image carousel. So in the front end, maybe just create product image carousel dot JSX product image carousel. Okay, RFC. So simply paste this. Okay, so the first of all, let's import image from next image. Okay, and here we're just going to do optional chaining. First of all, let's have here, we can pass in two things. We can pass in product images. Let me just destructure them. So you can pass in product images and also the thumbnail, or the, it is just a thumbnail. This thumbnail, just like that. So if this array is empty, we should show this one. So I'm just going to do an if statement here, and just say if product images, okay, dot length is less, maybe say less or equals and 0. If this is true, then we should show this. Then else should show something else. They put a p here and it says slider, should show slider. And by default, this one, I'm just going to give it an empty array to start with. Okay, then thumbnail is what you're just going to put here. Okay, Now for the SEO purposes, I don't know. For now, the alt, let it just be empty. We could also path this, but I just first leave it empty right now. Yes, let's leave everything like that. Okay. So let's just go to where we have this, passing these two things. Copy, and let's go to this page. First of all, let's remove this, and we say product image carousel. Let's pass into props these ones, and then of course this one and this one. So this one is easy. It is just going to be product dot image URL. That is the thumbnail. And then the second one, this one, is going to be product dot image URLs, I guess. Let's see, what did we put here? If I just go back to the product, we have product images. Just copy this. So we have the image URL as the thumbnail, and then this product images. As simple as that. Okay, so now right now we should just have a normal thing, no any problem. It should simply show this if there is no product images. But let's just go ahead and install Swiper, which I think has already finished installing. Let's try to see if we can just add this. So the first thing is import all these. Swiper, just first get this, import the slide. Of course, it is going to become, so copy. So just go to this product image. First import these ones. Now by default this is going to become now client side, I guess. So let's say use client, and then we import the CSS just like that. Copy, just add them down here. Now the CSS, we're just going to look at it. They have some styles. Okay, they have some styles. They have for this, like swiper what, these ones. So just copy these ones for now. Just copy them and let's take them to our CSS. I don't know where do we have the styles? Do we have them outside? Styles, yeah, in the SCSS. So you have these ones, all these things here, and just put them here. Okay, so moving on to this, go back to the app. So we have import these modules. Okay, so bring in these modules. Just like that. Then we have const this, we have the use state inside here, or the thumbnail, and then the actual thing is this swiper thing. So just going to copy this whole thing, swiper with all images, just like that. Control C, and then we're just going to paste it where we have the slider here. Okay, so just have to put in a fragment, I guess. So just put a fragment, then inside the fragment let's paste this. Okay, so to see this, I'm just going to copy these images. Simply copy these images and let's put them here in this, so that we just some of these images, then we shall do the map, I guess. So just like the same thing on a nature 1, nature 2, nature 3, just like that. Yeah, up to nature what? Nature 6, 7, nature 8, 9, 10, up to 10. Okay, let me just put some, not all of them, just need like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so just come here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, just like that. So these are just going to map. So just leave only one slide, just with all these sliders, just going to map all through them. Just like that. Okay, so just map through them, which is like dot, it is product, are they like product images, dot map. Let me see here, the array is called what? Product images. So you have like the image with its index, and then let's return this. So this is the actual item, and then let's pass the key. Let's pass the key here, which is index. This is image, sorry. Okay, then these other ones, free mode, navigation. Then again we have these ones, just going to do the same thing, swipe a slide. Okay, just we shall do the same thing here, swipe a slide, do the same map here. These are thumbnails, I guess. Okay, let's see if we have any success story. So I'm just going to try to refresh and see if we hope the slider installed, everything must be maybe is okay. So I try to adjust, but we just want to know if it is rendering or not. It is taking years. So meanwhile, as it is working on that, we can just like try some other things. Okay, so another thing we just need to work on after this product, we just work on the dashboard, and then I think that will be the end. Okay, that will be the end after working on the dashboard for the admin. And then also for the farmers, we need to implement some things. Okay, as this one is doing its thing, I'm just going to show you that we need to work on the farmer. When a farmer logs in, I think, I don't know if I can just get the online version of this. Okay, so when a farmer logs in, right now we're supposed to have two types of approval. So right now when a farmer signs up, okay, they just go to log out. Can we just log out this person? When a person logs out, let's try logging in. Sign up as a farmer. Okay, so if we try to sign up, so even if you sign up right now, I just try that, filling in some data. I'm just going to say this one is maybe we call it what. So what you just want to do is this person, if he signs up, we can just call this one. Okay, just say this is called minor. So password, let me make it test. Okay, so we have just used minor and just register. Okay, so right now when someone registers, now the possibility is we have sent them the email, but what if they actually don't go to the email and they try to log in? So just come here and say, was my email. What was it? Just like that? Can I first go to this page before? Yeah, so the email is that minor at mail.nata, and just copy this. And if they try to log in, they have not verified their account, they have not done anything, they put their email and then they say test the password. So they log in and you see that they will actually log in. Okay, they will just log in and and unfortunately they will have access to the dashboard. Okay, they have the access to the dashboard. So we try to avoid that stuff. When someone comes to the dashboard, they shouldn't see all these things here. Okay, we're just going to limit them. We say if someone comes and we check its status, so we have two things. We have the email verified and the status. So if you check on the farmer, okay, if you check here on the farmer, let's just check the one on online. Duplicate. So if you just go and check on like API farmers, okay, so if you check on the farmers, you said we have this on them, name, email, password. We have this verified. These are farmers. There's something I wanted. I think it's on the user. So API users, because the farmers are users. Okay, so we have to push something. Let me just come here and see. So we have name, email, password, role, plan, just like that. We have to have the status. How comes we don't have status? Let me first check. How comes we don't have status? Let me check in the not context, Prisma, schema. Let's use the user. We need to put status. I thought the users had status. They don't have status. We need to add status. Right now we only have this email verified. Okay, so I'm just going to add one more thing here, which is going to be status. So I'm just going to say status, and it's going to be a boolean, and by default it's going to be false. Okay, so that's the first thing I'm just going to update in this. Okay, I'm just going to have that status. So that every user, they have a status of false by default. Now we have this email verified. Okay, we're also going to look at that email verified, and we could also just like say if someone will check if he has this false and everything, we can also check that. But you can see we can just have that status. So this status is going to be checking when you fill in you go to your email, you click and blah blah. You will have to be pending until you are approved by the admin. Okay, so in the admin section, we have to add a section whereby the admin has to approve you for you to go through. Okay, you have to be approved. Now to show you what I'm just saying, I will just show you. I don't know what is going on here. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on right now, but I wonder why he's behaving like that. Okay, so I was still explaining to you about this scenario. So I'm just going to show you the other version. Maybe not, but I'm just going to know why this one is behaving like this. Let's just first go to this we'll look at any other product, maybe this one. Let's click on any other product so that we see what it will do on the detailed page. Okay, so we have to first restrict that, and we're just going to use status. So we're just going to put status here, and to use this status we have to add it in libs or options. So we just need to add it on the user. So here we just need to add status. So I'm just going to duplicate this where we have the role. So we also need the status in the session. So I'm just going to duplicate, I'm just going to name this status. Okay, so we just need to get the status, and we are returning the status. So just go on this one, also duplicate this status. Okay, and then this status. So I'm just putting it, I'm putting it in the session. Okay, I'm just going to restart that server. I don't know what is going on. Okay, so I'll put in the status. Meanwhile, as I'm showing you, I'm just going to simply restart this server. Something is not right. So just go here. Oh, did this thing install? We're trying to import it. Let me just right now Ctrl C. Okay, so I'm just going to pause for a second, restart the server, push the changes, and come back to live. Okay, so I pushed the changes and restarted the server. Now we are back here. So we have this the carousel. By the way, that was the error of use state, so just make sure you have imported use state on top here. So I've not done any changes. This is exactly how it is. So if you go to the browser, we have it here working just like this. Now even these thumbnails, they actually work. You can also slide them around. I think they are okay. I think the design, they are filling the whole container. Okay, they are filling the whole container. We could just go, and there is this my swiper. So if we just go and check these styles, in the styles main.scss, so you see they have these so many things they are trying to say, but the good thing is that the swiper is given the width. Then there is my swiper somewhere, which is here, my swiper 2, there is my swiper 1. Okay, swipe slide 25%. opacity and others. So they give us these sort of simple styles, but I think this fits in very okay. So let's just look for one product. So what I did is that since this one has only one product, I went to the products and I gave it this array. But let's take it back to the normal one, and let's look for a product which has many items. I'm just going to duplicate this, and let's go to API products. I just want to get a product which has more than one item, more than one image. I think we created one. Let's see this product images. There is this one. So this is different kinds of tomato. I'm just going to copy this route, copy this, and let's go to here. And just load this one, which says different kinds of tomato. Okay, so you can see here, this is how it looks like. You have these ones sliding in very well. Okay, so you could just go on this and try to customize. I'm not going to try to really customize that much, okay, because like it looks like it is rendering correctly. Even these ones, they are working properly. Okay, so, and why is this one not having other details? What is that? We're in which mode? Like, it's like the style somehow on this page that are not working. Let me first go back the other one. What happened to the styles? What happened to the styles? Is it this the swiper thing messing up everything? It must have been the swiper thing here. Can you first like switch off these ones? Let me first take them off and we see how this, because like it is messing up all our styles. I don't know what happened, but it was messing up our styles. You know, as this loading, let's work on some other part. Okay, I'm just going to go to the dashboard. I know we are logged in as well. Okay, so I went ahead and I just commented I commented all the CSS. We actually don't need all these CSS from Swiper. Really, it is just messing up everything just here like this. Remove that, we don't need that, and you see that it is still looking fine. Okay, and now the dark mode is working perfectly, and these are still sliding, you can see. Okay, so we have solved that problem. If you don't have this, we can just check on the other previous one. If you don't have many images, it will simply display one single image, which will really be nice, because if the images are there, we display all of them. If they are not there, then we display the thumbnail. Okay, that is great. So let me just now go to the dashboard. We still have this problem. This one is this farmer. So the first thing, we just need to first of all go to this farmer's dashboard, and we can disable this. Okay, we can disable this. We change the notification, and we add that if someone is not if the status is false, then we just simply hide this dashboard plus all these URLs. We hide them, and we tell them that they need to be verified. Okay, so let me just go to this, to Notion, and let me duplicate this Notion here. So the first thing is that I'm just going to let me go back to this page. Okay, let me go back to this page. I think I have there some things we can do. So we added this, if you remember guys, in the host options we have added the status. So that means we can have this status within we can have this status when we log in. So first of all, we can also first log in or log out. So you can just go ahead here and try to log out, and then we log in again, because we need to change the session, they get into a new session object. Okay, I'm having issues of loading. I'm not sure if it is internet but the app is so slow, but the online version is really fast. I don't know which dependency we have locally that is really making the development very slow. I've noticed that even those who have bought the code, they always tell me that when they are starting the server is running slow. We're just going to keep on searching what could be the problem, and we can solve it. But so far, online it runs very well, but then offline, you can see up now it is still loading, which is really bad. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put in this, and then I will explain to you, because really it is having this terrible experience I'm having here right now. The thing is really slow, and it's going to take us more time. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to plug in what I need to put in, and then I will just take you through, guys. So let me just stop this, and then I'm just going to restart one more time. Okay, so I made some changes in our code, so I want just to show you those changes instead of coding them out, because my server was kind of slow. I don't know what is going on, but I'm just going to show you some changes that we needed for some things. So the first one is that this person here we are in, Tate Williams, is a farmer. Okay, so right now this farmer didn't even fill in any onboarding form. So if he tries to go to the dashboard, the first thing you notice now, we are putting this account is under review. Your account details are currently under review. Please note that it may take 24 to 48 hours for approval. Thank you for your patience. So right now he can't do anything. He can only log out and only see this dashboard page. That's the only thing he can do. And if you just go to this page, let's go to the dashboard. So when you go to the dashboard, I'm just going to go to back office, and let's try to go to the dashboard, which is this page. So you see, if you reach in the dashboard, you have three choices. If you're a user, you go to the user dashboard. If you're a farmer, you go to the farmer dashboard. So let's just go to the farmer dashboard since he's a farmer. So the first thing you notice that we get the session and we get the user that is in the session. And in this session, we get all the details we want from the user. For instance, you can get name, email, ID, email verified status, and now you can see I've added status. Okay, the fact that this status now was added in the session, that's why we went to the options and added status. Okay, and even in the token and even in the session, we added the status. And that's why we are able to actually capture the status when we come to the farmer dashboard. Okay, so we have the status, and by default we give it false. If it is there from the user, it will get from the user. If it's not, it will just take it as false. Okay, now that is the most important thing. And then down here we come and check and say if the status is false, then let's display this card here showing that your account is under review. Now this is just a div we design. I just designed and I put this these words. You can put anything you want in this. Okay, so that is one thing now, that the farmer cannot just come and start filling in things or do some things, so he has to be reviewed. Okay, so let's just go to we can just simply log out this. We can simply log out this one, and we can log in as we can just go and log in as, maybe just open an incognito window. I'm just going to open here a new incognito window. Okay, and let's go ahead and grab also this link. I think it will prompt us to log in this one. So you can just like get the incognito window and try to also just like create another user here, so that we can just log in two users at the same time. Okay, so you can see we just come to the login. Just going to log in as an admin, and then here password is test. So I'm just going to admin, add admin. Okay, signing in. Let's just wait. Okay, so login successful. Now we can just go ahead, and the problem, they're using the same local storage. Does it work like that? Let's just wait and see. Okay, so I wonder why, as if it has not logged in. And this is because we're just using the same machine, like I just wait and see. For sure, it did not log him in. I don't know why. Okay, so we're in. So just go to the dashboard, and this is the admin. Okay, so this is the admin now, and what we just want to see is what do we have the side of admin. Okay, so the first thing you notice, we have this weekly sales, monthly sales, and all-time sales. Okay, and of course we have these orders also pulling from the staff. So let's start with this weekly, monthly stuff. So I'm just going to go also to the farmers dashboard. So if you just go back to the dashboard here, this page, you will see that if you are not one of the above, then you are automatically the admin. So the admin has access to these large cards, small cards, and dashboard charts. So these are the cards, these are small cards, and these are the charts. Now, let's start with the large cards, is where we have the big logic. So in this, we actually have access to the sales. All the sales, we pass them in here, and then we start getting this stuff. So first of all, we have this today. We initiate today as new date, and then this week. So we start with creating this week is getting full year, month, and date, and then you subtract today. So you just get like this week, okay, within this week, but except today. Okay, it may be just like, for instance, from Monday up maybe today, Saturday or something, but within this week, minus today, and then we just get that this week. So this month is going to be today dot get full year, today dot get month, and then you get this as this month, and then we have now to calculate today's sales. Okay, so we filter, and the logic is on this date to date string. You have to convert this date you got there. Okay, you first get the sales date as new date, and you pass in the sale dot created at, and then you say sale date dot to date string is equal to today. Now you would get the today sales if they are equal. Of course, we go ahead and reduce, and then we get the total just like this. The same thing to this week's sales. If you already have this sales dot filter, and we filter a sale, we compare the sales date. Okay, and then we just say if the sales date is greater than this week and less than today, then it is within this week. And then we also do the same thing to the month, and then we get those statistics and feed them here. This one can be kept too. Okay, we just feed them into this stuff here. Okay, so that is how we come to get all the stats here. For these ones, I already showed you how we did these ones, the orders. These ones are very easy. Now, unfortunately, we actually haven't plugged in anything to do with these ones. I don't know if we can put sales. Let's see what do they need. They are all sales, I guess. For instance, you can just pass in the sales. What type of data is needed there, I'm not so sure. So if we just go back to the dashboard, to the charts, maybe you can pass in the sales. Okay, we can pass in the sales just like that, and maybe even the orders. But I think just sales is enough. Just go to this side. So we have the weekly sales, you can receive these sales here. Okay, you can pass in these sales. Now we have this weekly sales chart, and then the best selling products. So after getting the sales, you can also just, of course, go ahead and get the weekly sales and blah blah. But if you go in these charts and you look at the data that is needed, you need the months, those they can remain the same. So let's see what is on the sales. It's taking minimum and maximum. Maybe you guys, you can just try to see how you can just get these charts. I will work on those charts behind the scenes. Maybe you find them in the updated code, but the charts we have not worked on them. Maybe I'll just make a separate video while we are talking about charts. Okay, so another thing I want to show you is if I go to farmers. So we have, in this part, you have seen how we have updated this the sales. Then let's go to farmers. Most especially the part you want to see on the farmers is the part of the approval. Okay, is the part of the approval. Okay, so if you just look at this, a table for the farmers. So we need to add some things in this table. Okay, because these are the farmers, we have their roles. We can also show the plan. So let me just go to this and find where we have this table. So this table is coming from under dashboard. We have the farmers, and then we have these columns. So the first column I'm just going to want to add is the plan. Would want to see the plan of this person, like which plan are they on. So after the role, you can just like add plan, accessor is plan, and then here is plan. Okay, that is one thing we just need to see. We need to see the plan on which this farmer is on. Two, would want to show something like status. Okay, and then you should be able to change the status. So for that case, I'm just going to go here in the browser and go here on this, maybe here. So this is why we have this accessor. We need to add this for status. Okay, so add this status column in the farmers table. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, after role, maybe in between role and the plan, I'm just going to add one access key, just like that, which is going to be status. So we can import this status. Okay, can import that status. And where is status coming from? If you just look at where it is coming from, is components data column. They just go to this and look at the status. So we have added a status. If you just go back to the UI, as if we have some error. So I want to show you what we have on the UI, then I will explain what we are doing exactly. And once see, so you can see this here. So you can see that we have added the status, and the status, this column of status has this drop down whereby you can change the status of the user. And what is it simply doing? So the first thing is, if you go to the columns, the farmer columns, we have added a custom column called status, which actually takes in this cell where we are putting this component. So if you come to the status component, it is simply a component that is having this select. Okay, it is having a select, and if you check down here, it has two options. It has the pending option and the approved option. Okay, so if you look at this, first thing is that we are getting the new status, not there, here we are getting the status from database, and this is how you get it. Saved status is raw.getValue from the accessor key. You can get the current accessor key, you can use it to get the status or the value of that accessor key from database. So I also got the user ID because I want to know this user. So I got the user ID here, and then we have this one status, which is going to be seeing if someone changes the status here when you just want to change the status here. And then we also have, of course, the loading. Now, if you try to change, what happens? So you can see that on these, we have the selected. You selected, it's going to be selected if status is false, and selected if status is true. The only thing is here on the change. Okay, so on the change, we have handle change. So if you go to this handle change function, when someone changes the something, it comes to this handle change. We first get the event, and then from the event we can get the value, and then convert it actually to a boolean. This is how you can convert to a boolean, by comparing it to like this. So we set the status to the new status, and now we can get the data we want to update. So what we want to do is, if someone changes here from pending, for instance, you see this minor, if maybe you have checked his details, the farmer details and everything, then you can just go ahead. Okay, you can go ahead and then approve this farmer. Okay, you can go ahead and approve this farmer. Okay, you can just go ahead and approve this farmer, and I think you can just check. You can check when you click on edit. You check all the details. If you're happy with him, you just change to approved, and then it should update to approved. Okay, so now the only thing I also want to send, apart from this status, I also want to change the email verified, because I want to change at least those two things. Even the email verification, we can change it to true. If you go to the API, more so under this, we are sending farmers, then user ID. Here's farmers ID. So farmers ID here inside. Okay, so you can see we don't have the update. We are just going to push this one here. Let me get any for any of these ones, maybe categories. Let's just get something here for this put. Go to the farmers and inside here, let's add this put here. So the first thing is that, of course, we'll get it from the ID params. Here we want to receive only two things, that is the status and maybe the email verified. Okay, I wanted to get this, the right one. Maybe I get it from from the schema, email verified. From there, it is this one. So just go back to this here. Okay, so we're just going to get these two, and then of course we can first check if the user exists, existing maybe user, existing user, just like that. If the user doesn't exist, we return 404, and if it is there, then we can update the user, and this one is going to be user, and where it is this, and we are updating two things, the status and the email verified, just like that. Okay, updated user is what we put here, updated user, just like that, and then here is user. So just here I'm trying to update this farmer when someone changes something here in the status. So we have to also add email verified here, and we have to set it true, as simple as that. Okay, so when you do that, we just get the data, and you see how we are sending a request, okay, to this API farmers, then ID, okay, and then when the status is changed, we do that. We have the colors here, for instance, these border colors, and you can see I've added the styles here, as simple as that. So if we try to change the status now of this guy, let me try to change it from that to approved, and you can see it says updating. Okay, so it is sending a request, the API request updating. Okay, if you have done it well, then it should go ahead and update, and you can see farmer status have updated. Now it says approved. Okay, it says approved. Now if you go to the other farmer, then this side, now here he has to log out, I guess, because this can't update the session, right? He has to log out and then log in again, then he should have access. They just do that. Just going to log out. For sure, I don't know his email. I think it was mine or something. Let me just try mine. And sorry. I just try here mine test. I just go to dashboard. Okay. Okay, so now you can see him. He has been now granted access. Okay, so now he has access to the dashboard after being approved. Okay, yeah, so that's great. So maybe one thing that you need to work on is one column of viewing the farmer's detail. I think it is this edit farmer. I don't think like that is the nice place for the admin to see the details of the farmer, because he need to approve, read through all the documents, download, and all that. So you can design the farmer detailed page, like where we can look at all the farmer details. So this side, as you can see here, this is like for the updating or creating the farmer. This one has nothing to do with that. So instead, for this, you have to create a view here. Instead of saying yes edit, the farmer is to add the view, and remember we use it the multi-step form. So in the edit farmer we have to update, and it is a multi-step form. That is one thing. Two, we need to add the view, okay, where we get all those details that the farmer submitted, and we design them into a nice looking page. Okay, so that one is going to be your assignment of adding that. Okay, so at least right now we have more things. We have seen really more things. We have some analytics. We have these. The blogs are working very well. You can add blogs. Now things like farmer support, wallet, those are the future functionalities that we are not going to wait. Okay, so other functionalities, if I update them as the farmer or as they are funding this project is being funded by a client. If he continues the funding, I will be just like adding these different parts, then I can update. Or if it is so necessary that it is a nice thing, I can make a video out of it and we look at that. But apart from that, the e-commerce right now is complete. It has more things are working. Okay, we have nice things going on. Most of all these things we have covered them: the markets, the orders, the sales, the trainings. Okay, we have looked at this most of these things, and the pages that we have not worked on, please try your level best to work on them, or keep updated with the source code. I will be making changes all the time, putting them into this e-commerce. Okay, and at least the MVP is working now. On the payment integration, also when we integrate, I will make a separate video for integrating payments, more especially if it is going to be Flutter Wave. Okay, it's going to be maybe Flutter Wave for the Africa. Then I'll look for a way of actually showing Stripe, because Stripe in my country is not supported. I'm still looking for the best way how I can handle that. So otherwise, thank you for watching this whole series. I'm so glad that you have watched. At least you have reached this level. Thank you so much. All the other pages that have not been worked on, try to work on them. And if you have difficulties, you can always reach me out. Now, another thing is about the deployment. Before I just forget, is about the deployment. Really, the first thing is when you're going to deploy a project and it is having Prisma, the first thing that you have to think of is modifying your package.json, and you add this post install. Okay, now for this seed, I'm just going to remove this seed. I'm not actually doing anything. I'm not using the seed. You can just go ahead and remove this. Okay, it's not doing anything. But the most important thing is how to put this post install, which says Prisma generate. This one will be run when you are hosting. Two, when you go to host, they will ask you to put your remember to put all your where is it, this .mv. I'm going to duplicate this .mv, and this one I'm just going to rename it to example.mv.example. And this one, let me just remove all my details. Okay, I'm just going to, these are the things you're supposed to find and put, by yourself. People will just buy the source code and things are not working, and this is the reason. Okay, you don't have the API keys for these different services. So supposed to have these 7 different keys when you are going to upload. Make sure, or if you buy the source code, first put this .env and update it with all these keys. Go to the upload thing, get the secret key, get the app ID, get this, get all these details. Okay, and then you can go ahead and feed them in, and then you can now run npm install. Okay, that is how you're supposed to do it. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it. Make sure you have these 7 keys, and then you add these to your hosting to you can just go, let me just show you. So when you just go to your Vercel, okay, when you go to your Vercel and you're going to host the project, I think I will just like make another video whereby I'm just actually getting the source code, extracting it, adding those ones, and I'm just going to sort of add you a documentation for every source code or every code to be on the platform for selling. Even the components, they will be having a documentation on how to use them, because I've been receiving tons of messages in my inbox of people trying to figure out how they should fix the application start running. But the first thing, if you add the project, you will be asked to add the before you deploy, you will be asked to add your environmental variables. Okay, you'll be told to add the environmental variables. If I try to add maybe any project, I will not of course deploy anything or deploy it because I already have the deployed version of that. But when you just like bring a project and import from your GitHub, they will ask you to put in let's just import any of these ones. Okay, just say maybe this one. I already have this one, but you see down here they ask you the environmental variables. So before you deploy, make sure you add your environmental variables. You can either just simply copy everything, just come here and just copy, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, and then go back here and look for the first one, simply paste like that. If it has the values will populate themselves like that. And then after doing that, then you can go ahead and deploy. After deploying, the second thing you should do after you have deployed, so assuming you have deployed, it is going to go ahead run. If you have any errors, you can take a screenshot and you send me and we troubleshoot. But after you have done that, you have to do one more thing that I always forget, even me myself. You have to do one more thing. So just go here to any project that has been deployed, like for instance this one, the Ecommerce itself. So you will just have to go, if you have this project you have just deployed, it has successfully deployed, before you start running anything, you have to update one thing. You have to go to the settings. Okay, you have to go to the settings, and then you have to go to these environmental variables and update. Remember, the environmental variable you have, for instance, for the base URL is localhost 3000. So you have to change that. You have to change that here. Just come here, you will find all the environmental variables here, and then you can just go, for instance, on this next public base URL, just go here and you edit it. Okay, and then make sure that the one you have here is the hosted version of your website. Otherwise, your API queries are not going to work. Okay, just have to update and you put this one. If you still have any confusion, I'll create another video, or in the documentation I will add another video showing you how I extract and then run everything to fix them until the project works. Okay. Yeah, try to ask questions in the group. If possible, you can call me, and if you need to set up or you need to change more settings, maybe you want to customize it. Okay. If you want to customize the app, you can just like have to pay me a few dollars. You have to go to the WhatsApp and let me know that you want to modify the app entirely. You want to do major changes on the app, and then I can help you set it up at a cost. Otherwise, the app is right and it is running, and it is the one that I'm hosting right now. Online, you can see it is live. Okay. So you can't say that it is not working. So it is working. The only thing is to figure out a few things and to be up and running. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this episode. Okay, thank you so much for watching this. There is much content that is coming on starting with tomorrow. I'm just going to be creating more content. TypeScript is coming up next. We have project in TypeScript. The course is starting. So we have amazing content coming up next. Thank you so much. See you in the next